Everyone, and welcome to Barbie Dolls of the Week. This week I've got some 80s favorites that I really haven't talked about a lot, so we're going to talk about those today. Now, this first one I do want to show you that I just took out of this box. Um, this has already been out of the box, so it's not like first time. But I bought this in the box, but yet the doll had been out. So I just want to show you this again, because it's always good to see a golden dream to start things off for this video. She's got this outer cape and this little middle section here that you see. Here's a good look at her face. She's kind of looking to the side in a way. Seems like this side. And then she does have her earrings. And she has her little necklace, although it's kind of, there it is, a little hard to see with that scarf, or not scarf, but cape. And then her ring. So she has all her jewelry. That's the good news. She didn't come with shoes in this box. I don't know what happened to the shoes and the barrettes and things, but they're not in here. So I got a decent deal on her. But I just love a golden dream. And, you know, the hair is, of course, got those golden sort of flecks in it throughout. It's in pretty good condition. It could use a little brushing, but yeah, so I want to start with this Golden Dream Barbie. And of course, Golden Dream Christy goes with her. She is, just one second while I put her back. Yeah, she's actually in my opinion, the better of the two dolls. But let me move on to some other dolls today. So now I want to show you some twirly curls Barbies from the 80s, obviously also. So let's start with this one. This is the, I believe, considered the Hispanic or Latino one, or Latina. Here's the little girl pictured on the back. I think that's interesting with the little chair here. I've got one of those over there. It's actually purple, so I still think that's the one, but this one is pink in the picture. So, well, yeah, it is purple. I see it right here. I'm like, why is it pink? I just noticed that on the box. I guess they changed the color. Yeah, maybe too much pink with the dress and that. So, yeah, they made it purple. It's right there. You can barely see it, but I have one loose over there. But here she is in the box with that wonderfully long hair. I mean, back then this was one of the longer hair ones before they started really get into long hair dolls. Whitney, you know, Whitney is also one that had long hair in that late 80s time frame. Let's see, here's some pictures on the side where you can do different things with the twirly curls thingy, you know, that you can do the curls with, the twirly curls, imagine that. So, you know, they're demonstrating it here with this little girl, where, you know, she's using that on it. So you got this little gadget, I'm going to call it, that you use for that, right here. And they've got this dress. Now, I've got one I want to show you out of the box. Now, this is actually not a Twirly Curls Barbie, it's just the outfit, but I just want to use this to show the outfit. This is actually an angel face Barbie that has had some makeup on it. Somebody did. But anyway, I thought she looked kind of good in this. Now, the top part is a bit faded, as you can tell, compared to the bottom. But I always like this dress. It's just kind of interesting how it's made. And this bright pink was really pretty on her. It's rather pale on this doll, or she's rather pale. Not quite as colorful probably as the actual twirly curls, but you know, I just want to show you her dress with that. She's missing the middle part, which I'll show you on another doll here in a minute. That's like the cincher. It's not so much a belt in my mind, but something like that. Okay, and then here's the African American version of that same doll, which of course has a different face mold, and she has the same accessories and things that come with her, a different little girl playing with her and demonstrating, you know, how to use that. Here's a good look at her face. Now, like I said, this is a doll where this pink looks good on all the different skin tones, I think. But it just looks better on some maybe than others. Like, I think it looks better on a darker skin tone myself than on that very pale one I just showed you. Or, you know, the actual I don't have a picture handy of the actual blonde one, and I thought I had one out, but I'm not finding it. That's where I found this one that's actually angel face. So on this one, I have one out of the box I want to show you. And she's right here. Now, somebody did some curls on her. I don't think it was me. So it kind of shows you like some of what you could do, or one particular look. You know, and you could obviously do something with these and make one big braid, or try to put it up, you know, somehow. There's a lot of things you could do with it besides just braid it. You could do pretty high something right there like that. So yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with this hairstyle, and the different things you can do with that little adapter as well. So here she is out of the box, and here's of course the piece I was talking about that's missing on that one. Now hers, the top does look a little different color, but if you compare the two, you see what I mean about this one being faded somewhat on the top. It's not as pink as it once was, like this one is. The shoes they came with, I'm not sure. Let me see if I can see what shoes they are. Well, yeah, she's got them on in this picture, but it's really hard to see. They must be the, open toe ones, it looks like. And so this came, by the way, with a comb, a brush, 4 barrettes, and 2 ribbons. So you see those in the front here. So yeah, this is the African American version, and I think she's one of my favorites in that group. I really do like the Hispanic as well. They unfortunately didn't do an Asian doll in that group. I really wish they would have. Now, so that is Twirly curls, or at least 2 of them. So I want to show you those. And then I'm going to move on to another one, which is another set, that is. And this is the, what's it called? Perfume Pretty. I always want to say Perfume Giving, because the Ken has a Perfume Giving name on him. But no, the Barbies are Perfume Pretty, and this is the African American version. Now, I don't think I have one of these out of the box, either the African American or the blonde in the Barbie. But I do have these 2 out of the box, I believe, and I'll show you at least one of those. So here she is, and she has a little bit different face than that Twirly Curls African American, so a different face mold. And she does still have the perfume here, which does still have liquid after all these years. You can see it moving. Let's see what it says. Barbie fragrance for you to wear. So I don't know what it smells like, and there's one of the combs that come with her. It's a big one. So I thought this is a pretty doll. Not crazy about the dress. It's just okay. I like the main part, but these big poofy sleeves and bottom is just, the bottom I can deal with, but the sleeve parts or whatever those are, I don't really like. I think they just put it over the top, in my opinion, to a point I didn't care for. Now you can make it the short version. You can do the long version with the things on the back, like as if they're a boa or something, which actually I like it a lot better like this. This is the way, if I had her out of the box, I'd be displaying her. But this one is just, I don't know. I'm not crazy about it like that. But the dress itself I do like, and I'm glad that you can move that. That's nice. It says, pull into long gown, ready for a glamorous evening. So I guess the way it's in here now is it's sort of rolled up, and you can pull it down, is what they're saying. So yeah, that's Perfume Pretty Barbie. Now to go with her, I have a Perfume Giving Ken. And he is in this great suit that you see here. I can see it a little better on the box. It's like silver with dark gray trim, a little pink flower on his lapel there. And then, of course, he has a dark gray pants. And it says, Real Barbie Fragrance Note Paper. So that's this little paper over here. So it's, I would have thought maybe it fell down and it's in here. Oh, yeah, there's some other things. His shoes are in here. Boy, this is all loose. And a couple other, let me see what those are. Shoes, socks, and a little something that looks like a cologne bottle. That fell out of here, the cologne bottle did, right there. The shoes and socks, I don't think, this has not been opened before, so I'm not sure what they were in, but I would have assumed a little plastic bag. I don't think they would be in there loose, so. Oh, speaking of that, and thank you to, I don't have it in front of me, who told me this, but on the video where I had the doll with the missing shoe, I think it was the Barbie and Friends 3-pack set. Remember, one shoe was missing? Well, someone noticed and told me that the little shoe was in Ken's shoe in the box. So it really was in there. It wasn't missing one after all. I looked, and that's exactly where it was. So thank you to who said that. I just don't know who that was, since I'm not on that video looking at the comments. So this says Real Barbie Fragrance Note Paper, and again it has these three pictured on the back. So I do have, as you may have seen before if you're a long-time viewer, this Whitney, or is that her name? Wait a minute, is that Whitney? Yeah, for some reason it didn't sound right. Perfume Pretty Whitney. And here she is in her original outfit, looking stunning as always. Truly one of my favorite dolls of the 80s is right here. Definitely in my top 10. And so she's beautiful in this light blue, powdery blue. Looks just beautiful on her. Now this one, I don't think this one, now this one, let me see if it pulls down. No, it doesn't seem to pull down, like except where I just pulled it. And that loosened up that middle flowery thing. I've got to retie that. So let me just take that off before it falls off. But yeah, this, unlike the Barbie, this doesn't seem to come all the way down. Now, if I'm wrong, someone let me know if it does come down. I'm just trying the different layers. Oh, and I just noticed she has some, I should try to wash that. There's a stain of something right here. I'm going to try to just put a little water on that and get it out. But look at her face. I'm always just so impressed with this doll. So, so beautiful. This and the one with the long dress and longer hair is just, you know, I'm trying to think of what the name of that is. I can't think of it right now. Let's see, by the way, if by chance, oh no, it wouldn't be in this book. This book is from the Golden Dream, so that was, I believe those dolls, let me see, they're from like 87, so it wouldn't be in this booklet. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're 87. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you this from the Golden Dream booklet, or in the box there. It's got all these, beauty secrets, fashions, and dolls. And let me see who else. There's other fashions you could get at the time. Some of which I probably have. I have to look at them. I don't have a lot of the ones from the early time period like this. But here on the back I see a few, like this blue one with the, in the middle I have that. And then this red and white one here in the middle. Let me see. Right there I have that, which I just love that. And I do have this one down here at the end, right here. Some Ken outfits, some more Ken outfits, others. So these are all just fashions that you could get. So, I mean, it's amazing what all they got in this one little pamphlet, you know, how much they showed of the dolls. So, wedding, including the wedding ones. By the way, this first Ken was a sport and shave. I almost didn't recognize him. He looked different. This one here. But that's what he is. So yeah, that's what's in there. World of Fashion booklet. I'll put that back in. There's one more doll I wanted to show you. I'm going to pause this for a second so I can grab it. Okay, I got it. So I was at a flea market this week and found a doll that I thought was a different doll than it actually was. So first of all, it came with this little girl here that I thought was just so cute. She was in the package. Does anybody recognize her from a particular set? Or Because supposedly these were a set, and I first thought they were a Sew in Style set, but I don't think so now, or at least not the body. So here's the mystery you can help on, I hope, is what doll this is. She's got a very weird neck that twists a lot. Like if you move her, then see what happens. So somebody probably knows what doll this is, but I don't know, and I haven't been able to figure it out, so it's kind of bugging me. Here's her face, if it would stay forward. So I really do like her face, and I think this is this is a Dee Dee from the Rockers top, which I knew it wasn't her, obviously. She's got some purple sort of capri pants on with a weird something on the back. I don't know what that's for. Looks like something should attach to that. She's got these tennis shoes, green and purple, so, that I wouldn't be surprised if the pants and the shoes actually go with her, but obviously the top does not. But yeah, her head just keeps moving and twirling around. It's the weirdest thing. Like, you move her body and her head moves. So does somebody know what doll this is? See what I mean? That's what she does. It's just so weird. I've never seen a doll do that, I don't think. The only dolls I can think of that even did something a little bit like that was the fashion photo dolls from the 70s. They had some moves for that where they were supposed to be posing. So maybe that's what she's doing. She's posing for the camera. Does anybody know? Again, here is her face. And this is the little girl that was with her. I have a feeling this doll doesn't actually go with her, but I could be wrong. So, to finish up today, let me know, please, who this is. She doesn't want to sit right because the minute you sit her, her head turns. It's just a little bizarre, but that's just like, it keeps making me think of that. What was that? The Exorcist with the head spinning around. Hers doesn't spin all the way, but it's, moves a lot. So, everyone, I hope you have a great week and you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, and I will see you next time on Barbie Dolls of the Week. Bye-bye.